The vivid account of this grand battle, first to subdue the fish, and then to fight off the hordes of ravenous sharks which chewed off great chunks of one side and the tail after it had been gaffed, is only one of the many exciting tales in these great volumes. Also, this saga of the 83 days trolling day after day without a strike, and the giant marlin eaten by sharks, is reputed to have been a partial inspiration for Ernest Hemingway's great Nobel Prize-winning novel, The Old Man and the Sea. The book also recounts, as only Dad could describe, encounters with even greater deep-sea monsters, 50-foot sharks, underbilled swordfish, and other strange and previously unknown sea creatures found only in these hot tropical waters, as well as describing in vivid detail the incredible natural beauty of one of the most fabulous and once idyllic islands on the face of the earth. Zane Grey, Woodland Hills, California, October 24th, 1990. Part 1. 1928. Chapter 1. When the SS Tahiti entered the roadstead off Papeete on May 30th, 1928, I espied my yacht Fisherman shining like a great white gull against the wonderful, rich, bright green of this tropic island. Sight of the Fisherman after some little lapse of time always thrilled me, but on this occasion I was not so excited as usual. Perhaps I was a little homesick. 5 months in New Zealand waters, during 4 of which we suffered very bad weather, had somewhat cooled my fishing ardor, and I would just as lief have remained on the Tahiti with my brother R.C., who was going home on her in time to catch the swordfish at Catalina. Romer and his pal Johnny were just about broken-hearted at leaving the steamship. They had interested themselves in Australian young ladies who were en route to the United States, and therefore had more than homesickness to contend with. On shore, however, buying ice cream and Polynesian knickknacks and riding round the exquisite hothouse garden avenues, they rather surprisingly picked up cheer. Transferring our baggage from the Tahiti to the Fisherman was a job I would not care to undertake again in this latitude. It took about all day. A Papeete day at that, if you know what I mean. That night I was too tired to do anything but sit in a deck chair and rest and watch the twinkling lights of Papeete and feel the cool breeze. Next morning we rose early to bid R.C. goodbye. The early morning was glorious, bright, golden green, and cool. The SS Tahiti sailed at 7, with R.C. waving goodbye from the bridge and the Australian girls leaning over the deck rail with sad eyes on the boys. R.C. waved and called down to me, "Say, I've left you in many hard places, but this is the limit. Good night, good luck, and goodbye." He may have had a lot of fun out of this, but it was not funny to me. We all felt stranded, and stood there until R.C. was a mere speck upon the bridge of the steamship. Then I went back to the Fisherman and watched the Tahiti until she disappeared round the green palm-fringed cape of the island. There were 100 things to do, and it was hot. I did not forget that in New Zealand I longed for the sun and vowed I would not care how long or how hot it shone. So now I did not complain. I welcomed it. All the same, I nearly melted, and worked until I grew dizzy. The harbor crew moved us from dock to bay, and from bay to the oil ship Beulah, which last was not so bad, even if it was a blast furnace for heat. For we took fuel off the tanker, and it was the first good fuel the engineers had seen since leaving San Pedro. The tanker was a Panama ship that had happened in there. Later in the afternoon we cleared and ran up several miles inside the reef, and anchored in a tranquil bay, with the rollers just outside and the dark, shiny, sandy beach behind. It was bordered with coconut palms, and in the openings where lawns of beautiful residences ran down to the sea, there were magnolias and bougainvillea in bloom, and other flowering foliage I could not name. I missed the flaming flamboyant trees in that scene of tropic color. We had seen them in January in full bloom, most exquisite and lovely. I shall never forget the fire-shadowed aisles through the jungle.